Am I the jerk for wanting my fiancé's sister out of the wedding? My fiancée 24 female and I 24 male just recently got engaged, so we have started to pick out our wedding party. Yesterday my fiancée said she wanted her sister 22 female to be her maid of honor. Her sister lived with us for a while when she was going to college, which is near our apartment. Due to certain issues with her school's housing, we agreed to let her stay with us, as it would only be for a semester. I had only met her a few times before this, but she seemed nice. However, once she moved in with us, that's where things started. She would say things like, "You would look good in that," or, "I wish I could find someone like you." During the few months, it divulged into her accidentally walking in on me in the shower, spilling things on me so that I have to change clothes, saying that she should be in my fiancé's shoes, and constantly making comments about my body. I told my fiancée about these things multiple times because it made me uncomfortable, but she kept dismissing me. I also brought these concerns to her sister, but she kept playing it off as a joke. Nothing changed, but luckily she moved out once she could go back to the dorms. When my fiancée mentioned that she wanted her sister as maid of honor, I said that I'm not comfortable with that. I told her everything I brought up before and said that her sister might try to ruin the wedding because of this huge crush, if that's even the right word, that she has on me. I also said that maybe I'd be okay with she being involved in the wedding in some other way, but I don't feel comfortable with her being that involved and so close to both of us. I said that it's her choice, but that is how I feel about it. So my fiancé said, "I've told you before, this is normally how she is. I want to keep her as my maid of honor." Then I said, "What if you were uncomfortable around my brother, the best man? Wouldn't you want him to be out of the wedding party?" She said, "Well, yeah, but that's your brother we're talking about, so it actually makes sense." For context, my brother is married with kids and he is a truly nice guy. My fiancé has met him plenty of times and not once has he done anything that would make her uncomfortable, nor has my fiancé brought up concerns about him. So I said, "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" And she said, "I mean, I just don't like him very much, it's nothing against him." So I told her that there is a double standard here. My brother could get kicked out of the wedding party for just my fiancé not liking him, while her sister can't get kicked out of it for her practically sexually harassing me. I said that she should understand that I want our wedding to go well, so that means I want us to enjoy ourselves without questioning if something will go wrong. She said, "I get that, but having my sister as my maid of honor would make me happy." I said that if she won't take my happiness into account, then I'm leaving. So as I was leaving, she told me that I was a jerk. Update. It's been a little over a month after seeing all of the responses. I realized that I was not the jerk, which I was unsure of from the beginning. The day after I posted, I called my fiancée to see if we could meet up to talk, and she agreed. During our meetup, I decided to tell her about the post, which she was somewhat shocked about. I mentioned that the comments were eye-opening for me, and I realized that she has never taken my feelings into account, not just with the wedding. I said that she has practically put her sister before me on many occasions, even with my concerns. She said that she understood, but she feels that her feelings mattered more here. She said that this is her family I am judging, and since she is the woman in the relationship, her emotions should be catered to. I asked her why this can't be the reverse for me when discussing my family, but she couldn't give me an explanation for that. I said that this incident was the tipping point for me, and since she wouldn't apologize for what happened, then things will not work out for us. I asked for my ring back, which she did with no emotions and nothing else to say, and I walked out. I have to admit the holidays were a little rough for me, but I had a lot of family and friends that were there for me. Over time, I grew to learn that this was just a bump in the road and that I should move on. I plan to start dating again, so wish me luck. Am I the jerk for not caring that my ex-best friend is dying? I recently found out that my ex-best friend, who I was best friends with since we were babies, has been diagnosed with terminal cancer. He has a few months left to live, and I don't care. 4 years ago, I was engaged to a girl who I thought was the love of my life. He was supposed to be my best man. I found out that they were having an affair for 2 years behind my back, and they were planning on her marrying me, and a year later she was supposed to file for divorce and ruin me financially so that they can get my house and money and be together. I confronted him about it, and he said the divorce plan was my fiancé's idea and that he just couldn't help himself from falling in love with her. He tried apologizing, but I punched him and cut them both out of my life. He tried reconnecting multiple times with me and tried apologizing, but every time I told him to go burn in hell. I hated him. They ended up getting married anyways. Last month his mom came and visited me. I haven't seen her in years, but she always loved me and treated me like a son, so I was nice to her and invited her, and she said that she understands why I don't talk to her son anymore, and she swore on everything that what he did was despicable and that she never approved of their relationship or marriage, but she told me that he was recently diagnosed with terminal cancer. They never caught it before, and there's no point in fighting it. It's done. He is going to die in less than a year. She said he begged to talk to me and apologize for everything before he dies. She said I don't have to do anything, but she begged me to think about it, and she left after that. I have thought about it. Honestly, I do not care. It's not really about my ex, I don't care about her anymore. I'm now happily married with a much sweeter, more genuine woman. It's how he lied to my face for over 2 years and how fine he was with ruining my life. If I hadn't discovered it before, they'd have gone after everything I had and they'd probably be living in my house together right now. He burned that relationship forever all by himself. I don't actively hate him anymore like how I did back then. I just don't care about him at all. He's a stranger to me now. When he dies, it won't be any different to finding out a stranger died, and I don't feel bad for him at all. So am I the germ for this? Am I the jerk for not financially contributing to my son's wedding unless he gets a prenup? My husband, 61 male, and I, 62 female, are in a very comfortable position financially. I retired recently as senior VP of a tech company, and my husband had a successful company that he sold very profitably. We have a daughter, 34 female, and son, 30 male. My hubby and I paid for both our kids' college degrees, including masters, and both kids are professionally successful. Our daughter got married 2 years ago, and she had a court wedding followed by dinner at a restaurant with less than 25 people, including us and groom's parents. She and my son-in-law paid for it. Asked for no help. My hubby and I gave them $25,000 as wedding gift. They were buying a house at the time, and we thought a cash gift would be helpful for them. Our son got engaged a few months ago. He and my daughter-in-law, to be 30 female, are busy planning their wedding. We were considering paying for their honeymoon as gift. His fiancée works for an insurance company, and my son is a doctor currently doing his residency. They don't have a ton of money, and we were a bit surprised when we heard about some of the wedding plans. My daughter-in-law to be wants to have her dream day in a castle-like hotel venue with 250 people. She has a large family and her budget is around $80,000, not including honeymoon. She has a favorite Vera Wang dress already picked out. Her family cannot afford to pay for any of this, and she is still paying off her student loans. All of these were shared when they came over to stay with us for the weekend. My son was silent and daughter-in-law did most of the talking. I shared we would love to gift their honeymoon and take that off their plate. My son was like, "That is amazing, thank you mom and dad, we would appreciate that a lot," and daughter-to-be sort of had a pursed lip expression and didn't say anything. She was dating my son when my daughter got married and is fully aware of how my daughter did her wedding, despite both my daughter and her fiancé being in a significantly better financial position. Anyway, my daughter-in-law to be cornered me in the kitchen next morning. She started by asking me what I thought about her wedding ideas. I said the ideas were nice but not sure if it's affordable. She goes like, "It would be affordable if my husband and I can help." I was like, "How so?" She goes on to say that my husband and I certainly have the money to be able to pay for everything, the full $80K, and then the honeymoon of course would be very nice. She adds, since we didn't have to spend any money on my daughter's wedding, we can hopefully put that also into my son's instead. I simply said I will talk to my husband and let both of them know. She looked visibly annoyed at this and said, "You don't look like someone who needs her husband's permission to access money, that if I wanted to help my son I can just decide to do it." I was pretty pissed at this point and left the room without responding and avoided her till they left. This whole conversation had all my alarm bells ringing. I didn't have any issues with her until now. To be fair, we haven't spent a ton of time together. My job kept me very busy till 6 months ago. I discussed it with my husband and he agreed with me. We had a private conversation with my son and shared what happened. He looked pretty sad and told us she has been asking him to make the request of us and that he said no as he knew it wasn't a right expectation. My husband asked point blank if he is getting a prenup and my son said no. I said considering that my future daughter-in-law went over my son's head to ask his mom for money, he would be stupid not to get one. He kept saying we are judging her too harshly based on one incident. He thinks we are ruining his engagement by making his wife to be seem like a gold digger. He apparently doesn't expect us to pay, just don't want this incident to get in the way of wedding plans. We didn't ask him how they are going to pay for the wedding but worry that he is going to take personal loans or something. They haven't set a wedding date yet. Considering future daughter-in-law's plans, wedding is at least a year away. We feel strongly our son should at least sit down with a lawyer and hear out the pros and cons of having a prenup. My son pointed out that my husband and I never got one. But we both had similar values coming into our marriage, unlike his fiancée and him. We proposed that if he gets a prenup, we will pay $25,000 towards wedding. We also took the honeymoon gift off the table. My son said we are being jerk. I said I was okay being a jerk if that means protecting my son from his own stupidity. Are my husband and I jerk for proposing to contribute to the wedding only if my son gets a prenup? Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for daily Reddit stories. All rights belong to the original author. This video is for narration or entertainment purposes only.